Very good morning, students. So in the last class we discussed about a graph and graph related problems, and that is very important for upcoming examinations, that is like JEE Mains and NEET. Actually in the NEET examination the graph related problems are very important. Those who are BPC students, it is very important, because yesterday one exam is completed, that is a NEET 2020. So in that examination also there are 3-4 graph related problems are there. So that you thoroughly read graph related problems, then definitely it help you in the objective examination, not only NEET. What I mean to say, in JEE Mains and MCET point of view also graph related problems are very important. Let us tell you other graphs also because next graph, right? So that we can say there is a mathematical expression y is equal to mx plus c. Now we have to draw the graph for this y is equal to mx plus c. Actually we know y is equal to mx. Suppose if it is not there, right? If it is not there, therefore we know the graph, that is it is a straight line represented and which passes through the origin of the given xy coordinate system, because if c is not there, because y is equal to mx, in the previous class we discussed the graph. Suppose some c is there, c is what? C is nothing but it represented as a constant. Suppose in the expressions are given like this, then how will be the graph? And here also same thing, you take a graph like this, x and y axis, and here if it is not there, the graph is we know that it is passes to the origin and it represented as the slope. But here there is a plus c is there. So what is this plus c? So that here if it is represented like this, therefore graph is started, see, on the y-axis, instead of origin, it is start somewhere. You leave origin, because if it is y is equal to mx, it's no doubt it is passes through the origin and it represented as the slope of the graph. But here c is there, no? Therefore because of this c we can call as it is on the y-axis, it is intercept will be there. That intercept we can call as on the y-axis, the intercept is represented. So instead of origin, it is starts on the y-axis at any point. You leave origin and you take a one point on the y-axis. That we can call as a y-intercept. It is plus represented, no? Therefore it is taken on the positive y-axis because of plus. And it is a y is equal to mx, it represented a straight line, no? Here also it represented a straight line only. Let us you take on the y-axis at any point. So not only here, you take here also no problem, like you take here also no problem, like here anywhere you take on the y-axis, instead of taking origin, so that it is represented again, it is a straight line and it is represented a positive slope. So the slope will be positive, we can say m, because there is no negatives, no? In this expression is there any negatives? So that it is represented as y is equal to mx plus c graph. Here we should write, say the conclusions are very important. It is represented actually positive y-intercept, positive y-intercept, and as well as it is represented as the positive slope. Slope is positive because it is increasing slope, increasing. These are the conclusion related to y is equal to mx plus c. In this, no doubt m is the slope, x is on x-axis, y is on y-axis. So this point is represented from the origin is c. This is the actually y is equal to mx plus c graph. So based on this, I'll give you another graph which related to in our physics. Look at, I'll give you an example. V is equal to actually u plus at. This is the equation of motion. See, we have 4 equations of motion. In that first equation already it is proved. See, already this expression is there, because acceleration a is equal to v minus u by t. From there we will get the v is equal to u plus at. So now for this graph, now we have to draw the graph. Let you observe these two expressions. See, here we have two expressions. Let us interchange the terms like this. we can also write like this, V is equal to AT plus U. Yes, it is will be the same because just interchanging the terms. The quantities are interchanging. Everything is same. So here now you look at the two expressions. Y is equal to mx plus c, right? And V is equal to AT plus U. Similar terms because V is the velocity, see, which is taken on the y-axis we can take. T is the time because time related graph, usually time related graph we can take on the x-axis. So that here we can take on the x-axis is T. However, acceleration is represented as the slope of the graph. And here U is represented as a constant because you similar expression use here. So that's what here also you write here, similar Y is equal to mx plus c. So there is a graph is represented to be like this. Yes, you take on y-axis is V, on x-axis is T, and here M is represented as a slope and C is represented as a, so it is origin actually, and here it is represented like this, slope of the graph is equal to A, that is equal to M in similar expression if you see. Therefore, here we can represent it as this is U, that is equal to C. We can take like this, from the origin the point we can see. Same conclusion, it is a positive y-intercept and positive slope we can say. So this V is equal to AT plus U graph. The graph is represented in this case. And coming to the, by using this graph, now we have to show, there is a question to show that S is equal to UT plus half AT square by graphical method. Graphical method, it is for 4 marks, right? So in IPE public examination, this for 4 marks question by using a graph. Let us, by using a velocity time graph, now we have to show that we have to show S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Sir, how will get the S is equal to UT plus half AT square by using this graph? Let us actually, now we have to construct one area. Here also we can make like this, like extend a one line, and from this point on you extend like this onto the x-axis. So you take, it is A, B, right? It is a slope, no? You take like this, B, D, and it is a E and O. So this is the area under the graph. Area under the graph. Here also let us you extend, say this point onto the x-axis, and from this point also you take an extension like this. It is O, A, B, D, E and O. Now look at there are 2 areas. In this one is a triangle area is there and another one is a rectangular area is there. See, area under the velocity time graph. In the previous class I told you very clear, the velocity time graph, area under the velocity time graph is represented as the displacement, right? By using this graph, let us you write here area under the VT graph gives displacement S. So how many areas are there? One is a triangle area is there, one more is a rectangular area is there. So that the displacement is equal to, we can write like this, area of triangle, that you write A, B, D, plus another area is there, that is area of rectangle you say, that is A, D, E, O. A, D, E, O is the rectangular area. And we know that areas of a triangle, so that you take S is equal to, area of a triangle is usually we know half into base into height, right? And here plus area of a rectangle is nothing but a length into breadth, we can say like this, B. Now coming to the point is area of a triangle, look at S is equal to 1 by 2, it is a base and it is a height. Now this we have to write here, it is represented as a T because it is parallel to x-axis, but it is total is V, no, therefore you take it is as V, and this is U, no, therefore this one represented as a height, no, so height is V minus U we can, because total it is v and till here it is u, so that this part we should get. So suppose your subtraction you take from v minus u, will get this one. Here you write base is nothing but a t into height, height is nothing but a d to b, that you write here v minus u. Coming to the next one, length, again length into breadth, so u into t. So here v minus u, from this actual expression we can take as a, here it is v minus u is equal to 80 here. Yes, here you write v minus u is equal to 80. So simply here you replace here v minus u is equal to 80. Therefore s is equal to 1 by 2 t into 80 plus ut. So that s is equal to 1 by 2 t into t, it is t square plus ut. Look at our expression is proved. S is equal to, it is half 80 square plus ut, or we can say s is equal to ut plus half 80 square. We can also take like this, s is equal to ut plus half a t square. This is the final expression. So this is the graphical method, it is s is equal to ut plus half a t square. Okay, so this is for 4 marks question on the basis of y is equal to mx plus c graph. Okay, yeah, you go through this, it is for 4 marks. Okay, yeah, let us, I want to tell you one thing, by that graph, see, we have to get the slope also. The slope for this graph, here slope is equal to theta. So therefore tan theta is equal to, that is again opposite by adjacent, so that v minus u by t. So that tan theta is equal to v minus u by t. Let us, you think here you see here v minus u is equal to 80. Here simply you write here, therefore 80 by t. So tan theta is equal to a, is represented as the slope of the graph. Okay, this is the slope of the graph. So a is a slope, therefore we can also take as a m. So this is the graphical representation. By the graphical method, s is equal to ut plus half a t square. The proof will be like this. You go through this. Right, let us like this we have the graph related problems. We'll see the next one. Let us. So this is the proof, one proof is over, and we'll go for the next one graph. Actually, right here I'll give you another graph. You go for a next graph. Suppose y is equal to mx minus c. Sir, y is equal to mx minus c will be what is the graph? Let us again you take x, y, minus y. Because there is a minus y is there, no? So if it is minus y, then that represented is the negative y-intercept. This is represented as c. However, mx is a positive, so it is represented as the slope is positive like this. This is the positive positive x-intercept. So intercept is a slope of slope is the positive x-intercept, and it is a negative y-intercept. So that here we can write the conclusions: negative y-intercept, right? And here slope is the positive x-intercept. Like this, we have expression for the graph related like this. So these are the graph which is important for all, right? Right? Let us actually other is there that we can say there are 4 equations of motions. In that 4 equations of motion, 2 equations are already it is proved. Now let us we have to prove another one also, that is actually it is not required, but then also I'll tell you the expression how to derive it is, right? See, we know actually instantaneous is acceleration, that based on that I'll tell you this another equation, that is to show that v square minus u square is equal to 2s. To show that v square minus u square is equal to 2s. But we know there is an instantaneous acceleration, a is equal to dv by, right? It is dv. See, solution will be like this. For this actually not required, but I'll give you the derivation also. So here you rationalize with ds by ds. So which we can take like this: a is equal to dv by ds into ds by dt. But we know displacement by time is nothing but a velocity. Suppose you take acceleration is equal to dv by ds into v. By the method of calculation, right? You take it by method of calculation. So you cross multiply this. A into ds is equal to v into dv. Now you apply integration method, integral dv like this. So that here a is the acceleration, integration ds, you take a is from the integration, and here integral actually you take from the velocity v0 to v, it is v into dv. So integral ds is nothing but you remember it is s. Right, here you write here, it is a mathematical form. So a into s is equal to, here actually here some power 1 is there. Again there is another mathematical expression is there. Suppose to say x power n dx is there. Limits are given from you say x1 to x2 like this is given. So that here power n is there. This we can take as n plus 1 by n plus 1. It is the formula for maths. From x1 to x2 we can take. Same here also you write here v1, power is 1 is there. So that you write here 1 plus 1 by 1 plus 1 from v0 to v. So here it is actually from here as is equal to, we can take like this, v square by 2 from v0 to, there are some limits are given. So that you take this first 2 here, 2as, right? Here v square from v0 to v. Let here I will tell you v is nothing but a final, v0 is nothing but a initial velocities. Now these two here you substitute, 2as is equal to first upper limit v square, then after minus compulsory, and at a place of this you write a initial or lower point. See, upper and lower are substituted. So instead of a v, you only v0 is you take as a v square minus u square. So this is the method. This is the method v square minus u square is equal to 2as by using a instantaneous acceleration, so that we will get the final expressions to be like this. Okay, this is the proof. It is not required, but it is in given Telugu Academy as a problem. It is given as problem, example problem in the page number. The given is in the Telugu Academy 49 page number. Proof it is. Because if it is Telugu Academy is there, then definitely it is important, because in the final examination they will ask on the basis of Telugu Academy textbooks. So, you suppose you go through this derivation, also very important. So, second, third is over, and fourth is not required, right? Right? Now, let us see. Now we know the equations of motions. That are 4 equations of motions are there. First one, v is equal to u plus at. Second one, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Third one, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This is the expression related. Okay, so that 3 equations are over. Now let us, I want to say another one is there, that is actually acceleration due to gravity. Here we can say acceleration due to gravity is the small g, right? The side heading will be acceleration due to gravity. It is a small g, is a vector. Sir, what is mean by acceleration due to gravity? Here the acceleration due to gravity is nothing but suppose if the body is falling freely, for a freely falling body, freely in the sense, suppose the body is allowed to fall like this, so which is falling freely. For a freely falling body, the body which is always attracted towards the earth center because of the earth pull, because of the earth force of attraction. See, all bodies which is to be attracted towards the earth center only, that we can call as an acceleration due to gravity. For a freely falling body, of a uniform acceleration of a freely falling body, uniform acceleration of a freely falling body, which attract towards the earth center, is nothing but we can call acceleration due to gravity. It is due to the earth pull, or it is due to the earth attraction, so which always attracted towards the earth center only. That's what we can call acceleration due to gravity. Sir, suppose one body falling freely, so not only freely falling, you remember all bodies on the surface of the earth which is attracted towards the earth center only, towards the earth center. So that's what we can say, weight of the body which always act towards the earth center, weight of the body which always act towards the earth center. This is very important. On this basis, suppose I will tell you one example. See, there is an acceleration due to gravity, that due to that gravity the bodies are attracting towards the earth center. Suppose if you ignore the air resistance is ignored. If 2 bodies are allowed to fall, one we can say lighter body, as light as, the best example you take a one feather, and another one example you take, suppose you take a one solid sphere, you say solid sphere, one sphere you take, one more you take a one feather like this, right? See, if feather is to be like this, see, if 2 bodies are allowed to fall, if these 2 bodies are allowed to fall, concentrate, one is the feather and one more is the one big body that you say solid sphere it is, anything. So it is a lighter body is the feather. See, if there is a air resistance is ignored, when 2 bodies are allowed to fall freely, right, there is no air, it is resistance is ignored, so that when 2 bodies are allowed to fall freely, therefore which bodies reaches to the earlier to the ground. So you remember both the bodies will reaches to the ground at a same time, both will take the same time. See, same time that reaches, you say the 2 bodies reaches to the onto the earth surface or onto the body, onto the ground, reaches to the same time. Sir, why? Because you remember acceleration due to gravity is acting on the 2 bodies. Because of air resistance, the acceleration is to be acting on the, it is on the bodies are same. That's what you remember. For all bodies, acceleration due to gravity remains same. See, it is independent on shape and size, and it is also independent on mass. That's what acceleration due to gravity, purely independent on mass of the body, shape of the body, size of the body. That's what you say. See, on the earth surface, so the acceleration due to gravity is to be acting, all the bodies is to be same at a given place. See, now I am now I am in the college. In this college, acceleration due to gravity for all the body it is to be same. Of course, it is place to place changes. The value of acceleration due to gravity, small g, is changes from place to place, but at that given place, remember, it is to be same at that place. All the bodies, suppose there are given bodies are, see, one is the bench is there, one is the pen is there, one is the duster is there. See, for this, all the bodies at this given place is to be same. Not only like at you take at any places. At that place, the acceleration due to gravity remains the same, but it is changes from place to place. That's what on and average value on the earth surface. The average value on the earth surface is acceleration due to gravity, we can take in as 9.8 meter per second square, or for the problems we can take as a 10 meter per second square. It is in MKS system or SI system, you remember. This is the fixed average value it is. Suppose I want to say in CGS, this becomes as G is equal to 980 centimeter per second square. See, this is the average value on the earth surface. Try to remember, this is the average value at a given place. Suppose, so the value is changes from place to place. No? Suppose if you move from equator to pole in a given, like it is equator, you say pole. See, from you are moving from equator to pole, therefore at an equator, G equator is equal to 9.78, it is meter per second square. And at a pole, because you are moving from equator to pole, no? Therefore at a pole is 9.87 meter per second square. It is increases at a pole. That's what your acceleration due to gravity is changes from place to place. But at this place, for all bodies, at a given this place, suppose there are a number of bodies are there. For that bodies, it is remains the same because it is independent on shape and size. That's what I mean to say here. Acceleration due to gravity will be like this, right? And suppose I'll give you other also. See, you take on the moon. See, sir, on the moon what will happen? So the G value on the moon is, it is G by 6. That you say, see, on the surface of that is 9.8, no? It is in by 6 times will be there. So that here you write 9.8 divided by 6. So we may get 1.67 meter per second square. That's what. There it is to be acceleration due to gravity is very less on the moon. So that on the moon the bodies are floating because it is a G is very less. But on the surface of that, is it floating? No. We will not float because there is an acceleration due to gravity is there on the surface of the earth. Whereas on the moon it is very less. That's what the bodies are floating. That's what you say, bodies are floating. Suppose you take a sun. See, on the sun, G on the sun is, it is approximately 274 meter per second square. It is maybe 28 times greater than the earth surface. 28 times it is maybe greater than the earth surface. So that on the sun is 274 meter per second square. It is more at the sun. That's what. On the earth surface is 9.8. On the moon is 274 meter per second square. So it is approximately 28 times greater than the earth surface. So that the acceleration due to gravity is nothing but the freely falling body which always act towards the earth center. So that suppose I will give you, suppose for freely falling. Sir, if when body falling freely, you say freely falling. You remember everyone, for freely falling it is very very important. For freely falling always we can take as the initial velocity 0. The body which falling freely. For the freely falling condition we can take as u is equal to 0. And therefore the body falling with final velocity. In this situation the body is acting towards the earth center. So that by this situation A is we can take as the minus G. because it is in the same direction, no? Towards the earth center is acting. For this case, acceleration of a freely falling body, A is equal to, we can take as a minus g. Suppose I want to say vertically projected. Suppose vertically projected, say the projected body you can take. Suppose the body projected vertically up like this. So that the body is moving opposite to the acceleration due to gravity, because the acceleration due to gravity which always act towards the center of the earth. It is towards the center, but the body is moving up. When this situation, it is move up with velocity u. And in this case, acceleration we can take as the minus, it is a plus g, it is minus g, because which is moving opposite, no? In this case, we can take as a is equal to plus g, I am very sorry, because which is in the same direction, no? A is equal to plus g, it is opposite, no? We can take as A is equal to minus g. So for freely falling, we can take as A is equal to plus g, vertically projected minus g. In this situation, velocity increases, in this situation, velocity decreases, because when moving up, there is a gravity is acting opposite to the moving body. So that is the velocity decreases. This is the conclusions related to acceleration due to gravity. Right? So that you remember, it is very, very important, because in the upcoming classes, acceleration due to gravity, and for the problems we can take as a g is equal to 9.8 or g is equal to 10 meter per second square. This is the related to acceleration due to gravity. Right? So you go through this, and it is very, very important. Okay? So this is the today's class. Thank you very much. We will see you in the next class. Thank you.